Sit straight. Take a long breath. How many of you know Kannada? How many of you do not know Kannada? Sit straight, take a long breath. After me, you chant Om for 3 times. Om. After me, Om. Today is the most auspicious day. All days are auspicious. But some days are more special. Today is the first day of Shravana, and that is a Friday. And there is usually customs in India also. This Ashada and the Shravana, that too on Fridays. It is treated as very auspicious for the puja, the smarna, and all other things regarding Jagannath. That is usually it is taken. I am very happy that I am here in America this time. In the last year we have for all the 8 Fridays, that is Ashada 4 weeks and Shravana 4 weeks, we were conducting Lakshmi Hridaya Rahasya Homa and all other places. And here also on the 3rd Friday we will be having Lakshmi Hridaya Rahasya Homa at San Martin, the temple at San Martin. So this being the birthday, it's very necessary for us to have our attention towards the Jagannath. That's the very purpose. Before Lalita Sahasranama, doing Kumkumarchana, starting Kumkumarchana to the Lalita Sahasranama, we should know certain basic things. Whatever you do, you should know what you are doing, why you are doing, and how to do. That's very important. Without doing, if you do anything, even in our daily life mechanically, it will not give you the good. That's why it is very much necessary to know. Today we are having Kumkumarchana to the lotus feet of the Jagannatha in the form of Sri Lalita. You should know to whom you are doing Kumkumarchana, and also you should know why you are doing the Kumkumarchana. And what is the purpose of doing it. It is said even in the Vedanta also that no fool will do anything without expecting a result or a fruit of what he is going through. That's always there. As our scriptures says, there was only one, that is Nirguna Nirakara Param Brahma. It was there. And it wanted to see itself in many forms. Then what happened? There was a great explosion. Even if you go to the Google and say Big Bang theory, it will give you all this. That's the modern way of saying all these things. It is there. There was a big explosion. When there is an explosion, there used to be vibration always. Because of this great explosion, there was a great vibration. And that great vibration is called Parashakti. What is, you always remember, we always say Parashakti, Parashakti, Parashakti. What is this Parashakti? And who is Parashakti? Means, because of the great explosion, there was a great vibration. That vibration that has started then, it is continuing today also, and it is continuing. And this great vibration is responsible for all the creation, sustain, and the destruction of everything. That is why it is called as the Parashakti. The Parashakti means that is the power that is responsible for everything. That is why it is called as Parashakti. It is very much people felt. Before continuing, you should remember one thing. Every nation, every country in this world is doing research 24/7 without exceptions on various sources of power. That is, it may be electrical energy, it may be solar energy, atomic energy, hydro energy, so many sources. And how best we can make use of these things to the best of the welfare of the mankind. That is the intention. The latest trend is AI, artificial intelligence, of that. Probably it will proceed further also, we do not know what it will be next. So each and every nation is doing research and development on the sources of energy and how best we can make use of the best use of this energy for the welfare of the mankind. That is it. But thousands of years back, a nation stood up and declared, not only declared, showed to the whole world that there is one more power, one more energy, which is the source of all energies, that can also be used for the welfare of the mankind. The nation which has proved, which has demonstrated to the whole world that behind all these types of energy, there is one more source of energy that can be useful for the welfare of the mankind, and that is the divine energy that has shown by the only one country in the whole world, and that is our Bharat. That is why India, the Bharat, is called as Vishwaguru. It is not just because it gave the Vedanta Upanishad or Bhagavad Gita or Brahma Sutra, but it has shown to the whole world that there is one more power called the divine power, which can also be used for the welfare of the mankind. That is the greatness of our India, that is the Bharat. That is why all these things have started coming. And they started long years back, or millions of years back. How best we can make use of this divine power for the welfare of the mankind. That was the approach, and that is the thinking. They started doing so many experiments on these things. As I told you, they found that there is one basic source of energy which is responsible for all other types of energy, that is Parashakti. They wanted to move towards that energy to find out what it is and how best we can make use of it. That was the curiosity. You know, energy is neither male or not female. Energy is just an energy. The divine power, the Parashakti, is neither female nor the male. It's energy. It's the power. But human mind cannot conceive without a name and a form. That is the deficiency of the human mind. Human minds cannot conceive without a name and a form. Only if there is a name and a form, human mind can conceive. Then what they did? They wanted to give a structure to this basic source, that is the Parashakti, that has come because of a great explosion, that is a great vibration, that Parashakti is there. They wanted to approach. Down thousands of years back, they draw a geometrical figure using the points triangles, circles, and the squares. They try to represent this basic source of energy, the Parashakti, by using the geometrical figures called the point. First is the point, then the triangles, and also the circles with the squares. And they were able to represent the Parashakti by using these geometrical figures, and that is called as the Sri Chakra. Sri Chakra is the manifestation or the representation of the basic source of Parashakti. They represented by using this. That is why we chant Bindu Trikona Vasukona Dashara Yugma Manvasthana Dhadada Shodasha Patra Yuktam Vruttatrayancha Dharani Sadanatrayancha Shri Chakra Raja Udita Paradevataya. What I have told you, that is there in this shloka only. Pi, triangles, and also circles and squares represented. And they say this is the representation of the Parashakti, the basic power. Human mind could be able to catch some of it. But again, the approach is not complete because they wanted a particular name and a particular form, then only the mind can conceive. That is why then that question started. Okay, this is the nice Sri Chakra they have. Then who is the God here? The gun first. Then they told they wanted to represent a form which is most attractive by all. The most attractive form in this world is the feminine image. That is why they called Parashakti as Amma, the mother. Because the relationship between anything in this world, the greatest relationship is the motherhood and the mother and the child. That is why they called this Parashakti and the Sri Chakra as Amma, the mother, mother of mother, like that. Basically, if you go, it is either male or not male, but for an approach, it is considered as Ma because the major and that is the greatest relationship that one can have in their mind. That is why the concept of Amma, the mother, had come to the Sri Chakra. Again the question remains, who is there in the Sri Chakra? Because until and unless you tell a name of a form, it is not convinced. So they said at the end, Shri Chakra Raja Nidaya Shrimat Tripura Sundari Shri Shiva Shiva Shakti Rupini Lalitambika. In this Shri Chakra, there is the goddess Lalita Tripura Sundari. And how scientifically they have expressed this, they told Shiva Shiva Shakti Rupini Lalitambika. They said both Shiva and Shakti. They could have told one thing, Shiva or Shakti, but they have introduced both Shiva and Shiva Shakti Rupini Lalitambika. That means to say at the end they have told Shiva and Shakti are not two different. One is the power, another is the power in action. Shiva is power and Shakti is the power in action. Power and the power in action are not two different things. You might have observed and you might have studied, there are two types of energy called the kinetic energy and the potential energy. Kinetic energy, potential energy can also be converted into kinetic energy. That is why this is, suppose you are having a gun, you are having a bullet, that is called as Shiva. And if you trigger and shoot, then it becomes a Shakti. The one and the same, that is Shiva, Shiva Shakti Rupini. That is why they represented as Shiva, Shiva Shakti Rupini and named as Lalita, Lalita Mahatripura Sundari. Actually, divine means it's a power. Divine means it's a power. God means a power. We have given the various ancient forms and called Ganesha, Shiva, Rama, Krishna, Lalita, Durga, etc., etc. But basically, divine means that power. Indian spirituality specifies this, and it always moves towards that spirituality of the power. All other things in the names and forms are called the rituals. In fact, there is a lot of difference between rituals and the spirituality. The true spirituality is not bound or not based on any rituals at all. But nowadays it has become for our mind to conclude that rituals are itself spirituality. No, spirituality is the power. How best you can make use of this power for the welfare of the mankind. That was the thing. Before starting Kumkumarchana. And what I am telling, it is not my interpretation. This is what is the greatest contribution given to the whole world by the Indians, the world. Just to quote you one example how this was, they had conducted lot of experiments. Don't think the science has come nowadays. Even a 6th standard boy can say energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but one form of energy can be converted into another form, and this is called as the law of conservation of energy. But this fact was known to the rishis thousands of years back. They know how to convert this divine power and use it for the welfare of the mankind. Many experiments has been taken place during those days. Just a report one and proceed further. You see how there were many wars, how they used to fight in the olden days. They were having no bullets or the guns or the missiles, etc., etc. They used to have the bow and an arrow. Bow and an arrow. What is this arrow? It's a metal piece, rod, with triangles in front. When you shoot it, it's going to pierce somebody. Whether doing their war like that? No. What they were doing, they used to take the arrow, and before shooting it, they used to chant Agni mantra and enforce the Agni power to that arrow, and then used to show, then it would have become Agnastra. They were able to convert and enforce the divine power on various aspects. Similarly, an arrow is just a rod, metal rod. Before shooting, they were able to chant Varuna mantra and enforce the Varuna energy to that rod and used to shoot. That has become Varunastra. Similarly, they used to chant Naga mantra and shoot. It would have become Nagastra. So, long thousands of years back, they had known the art of putting the divine power to the various aspects. This is what the contributions of Indian spirituality to the whole world. But over a period of time, we have forgotten all these things. After 30 years of sadhana in this field, don't mistake me that I have come from a priest family, I am a priest. No, never. I was also working as a deputy regional manager in a bank in India and retired about 6 years back. But my sadhana on this, with the grace of my Guru Swami Virajananda Saraswati Maharaj, His Holiness, it is for the past 30 years. My approach is that I prayed my Guru, bless me. I am not in anticipation of any Sakshatkara, Jagannatha Sakshatkara. I don't want to have any darshan of Jagannatha, but all the scripture says that she is so powerful. If it is so, can I make use of this power for the welfare of the mankind? In our daily life, not after death, getting moksha, kaivalya, nirvana, that is not the aspect at all. During this type of life, my daily life, can I make use of that divine power? That is this question before me. And for this route, my guidance is from Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Sri Mata Sharada Devi and Swami Vivekananda. That is how all this has passed for the past just 5 years. For that we have taken the base as Lalita Sahasranama. Lalita Sahasranama we have taken the base because it is the Sahasranama which has all the powers in it. It is not just a chanting. Lalita Sahasranama is there not for chanting, not for doing kumkumarchana, or not doing for homa, or not doing anything. But it is there how best you can get that power within you and enforce it for your betterment in the life. That's the question, and that is what we are doing the fast. And we have started with this aspect. We started some WhatsApp groups. Now the WhatsApp group has spread all over the world. We are having more than 10 lakhs devotees who have come to this field all over the world, and they are inviting me for the. We are seeing wonders. We may call it as miracles, but it is not the miracles, but it is how best we can use the divine power for in our daily life. That has given the results, not 1, 2, or not hundreds, not thousands, to the lakhs of people it has given. To the lakhs and lakhs of people. World is now really turning toward it. Oh, is it so? That is why they are inviting to the many, very countries for this. And this time, our Venkatesh and Prabha has invited me to be in America for this US for another 1.5 months, so that how best we can do. From after going from here, I will be staying in India for only 50 days. I have been again called to Sydney, Perth, Melbourne, move up to New Zealand, coming back to India for 1 week, and moving towards Singapore and Malaysia. That's the end of 2025. The whole reason is that, yes, it is possible, the divine power can be used for the welfare of the mankind. How best we can use it in our daily life? That is the question. So we are moving with 2 concepts, only 2 concepts. One is, that is given by Swami Vivekananda. God is not just an idol of worship. I do not say God is not an idol of worship. It is not just an idol of worship. You have to underline the word just. God, I have to worship. Without puja, I never come out. But don't limit yourself to the puja and the worship of God. You do puja, you do worship. But God is not just for worship. God is not just an idol. God is not just, again I am stressing the word just. I mean, don't spread the news that one Guruji had come from India, he has told not to do any worship. No, that is not my concept at all. But remember, God is not just an idol of worship. It is a responding entity. It responds to you. It responds to you. That response we have to see in our life. Then only you are reaching towards the God. You have to see the response of the God. It's a responding entity. This is what is the greatest contribution of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He started doing puja to the Kali at Dakshineshwara. He was doing puja as a Pujari Ramakrishna. Then he was a Pujari Ramakrishna. He was not Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. While doing the puja, a small thought came to his mind. I am doing puja to the Kali. Who is this Kali? Whether she is just an idol or really a power, that's all came to his mind. Who is Kali? That one thought started growing, and he started to say, you Kali, you tell me, who are you? Are you just an idol? Or a power? If you are just an idol, then why should I worship? That is his emotions within to find out who is Kali. Then he could able to find that Kali is not just an idol of worship, just an idol of worship. She is a responding entity. He experienced that. It is not just his thoughts. He experienced it and gave it to the whole world. That is the basic concept which has led me to do all these things. It is I have another 5 minutes, then we can start Kumkumarchana. Because you should know all these things. Simply doing, no. You should know to whom you are doing worship. Kumkumarchana. Who is she? Then, our Guru Swami Virjananda Saraswati has given me the 3 deities, that is Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Sri Mata Sharda Devi, Swami Vivekananda. Even because of this, many people who were in the 4th stage of cancer, they were cured completely. And recently, if you are in the group, you will be observing a woman, I don't say a girl, a woman who is 48 and she has married about 32 years back. She had no issues, there is no child. All IOF, IOU, all other things has failed. She came to one of the satsanga, took the blessings. The most thing is, she conceived naturally. Though she had, if you are in the group, if you follow the group, all these things are in the group. They used to express themselves, how they have got all these things. Various steps. Appaji, I have got one seat in American University. The problem is that I have not got the visa because of the recent things. That is most of the things I am receiving now. Everything is ready, but visa is not ready. Don't worry, go. Within 1 week. Many, not one or hundreds or thousands, it's a lakhs together. It is possible that the guy, you can experience, you have to experience that the Jagannatha responses to you. If you only experience the response of that divine, then only you are moving towards the divine. Not just by doing Kumkumarchana, etc. It's a basic course, that's all. But behind that, so many things are there. This is also, last I want to give about 5 minutes regarding Swami Vivekananda, who is making me to move towards this period. Swami Vivekananda says, and since of childhood I am the great followers of these 3 deities, that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Sri Mata Sharda Devi, and Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda says, and his words has made me to sit like this after my retirement from the bank as Deputy Regional Manager. The words of Sri Swami Vivekananda. Before telling about him, just to sit straight and pray your pranams to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and also Swami Sri Mata Sharda Devi, Swami Vivekananda. You just sit straight. Remember Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, who has shown to the whole world that God is not just an idol of worship, it's a responding entity. Om Stapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharma swarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. You remember Sri Mata Sharada Devi. Om Pavitram Chaitam Yasyaha Pavitram Jivanam Tata Pavitrata Swarupinyai Tasmai Kurmo Namo Namaha Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Last but not the least, Swami Vivekananda. Namashri Yati Rajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. Let us move towards Kumkumarchana after remembering the words of Swami Vivekananda, who has forced me to be in this path. Swami Vivekananda says, those words has changed my whole life. Swami Vivekananda says, Shunvantu Vishve Amrutasya Putraha. O Amruta Putras, of the world, please hear to me. There is no guarantee that you will be born as human being in your next birth. This is what Swami Vivekananda says. There is no guarantee that you will be born as human being in your next birth. Anyone is guaranteed that you will be having no next birth as human beings? He says like that. Please hear to me, Amrita Putras. There is no guarantee that you will be born as human being in your next birth. Then what we have to do in this life? That's the question. He answers in another 2 sentences. Those sentences, those of his words are very, very important. He never uttered Atma Sakshatkara. He never uttered Bhagavad Sakshatkara. He never uttered Swaswarupa Darshana. He has not said anything of this. That is why I like him most. He never touched those aspects at all. He said, after saying, there is no guarantee that you will be born as human being in your next birth. Then what we have to do? Each soul is potentially divine. There is divinity in all of us. Each soul. It is not only the Appaji has, or somebody has, or some Guruji has. No. Each soul is potentially divine. Each of us has the divinity. He declares and says to the whole world, each soul is potentially divine. Then what we have to do in this birth? He says, invoke the divinity in each soul, and that is the purpose of life. Invoke the divinity in each soul, and that is the purpose of life. What is the divinity within you? You invoke it. Make it to come out. That's all the purpose of life. That's what Swami Vivekananda has told. We are all having, we are all having, and every one of us, the divine power within ourselves. Each soul is potentially divine. If you make the best use of this life, you invoke the divinity in each soul. That is the purpose of life. You may, whatever you, don't leave the job, don't leave the family. You be with the family. You do whatever the work is assigned to you. You do it honestly, but yet you can reach. That's why I told you I was in a bank for all these things. But my truck is gone for 30 years. It is not that it is only for some sannyasis or gurus, etc. No. Each soul. That is, when I started to try this in reality, his words, his quotes, then it starts giving so much of results, and that has led to me on these things. Today being the most auspicious day, let us do Kumkumarchana to the lotus feet of the Jagannmata, Sri Lalita Tripura Sundari, who is the manifestation of the divine power. It is not that she is a goddess like that. She is the manifestation of the whole power, the basic power, the Parashakti. That is why I have told you we are having only 2 aspects. One is, the first concept is that God is not just an idol of worship. It's a responding entity. The second concept, how you can move towards the God. The question is that, and the answer is, Bhavani Bhavanagamya. Bhavani Bhavanagamya. Means to say, don't change your activity, but change your vision. Whatever we feel, we are moving towards the divine or the spirituality by changing ourselves. No. Don't change your activity. Don't change your dress. It is not that if you move towards the divinity, you should not use chudidar, you should have only saris. No such things. No outside changes. Change only your vision. That the concept given by Swami Vivekananda and also my Guru, Swami Virajananda. By changing your vision, you can see how the wonders can happen on this earth. I have many things to say to you, but let me complete it here today, because it's already 11 o'clock here and 11:30 in India. They are curiously more than 5,000 people are sitting today to Kumkumarchana. We are having one YouTube channel called Jai Shri Mata. YouTube channel is Jai Shri Mata, which started about 3 years back, 4 years back. It has more than 5 crores views. And whenever I used to conduct this Kumkumarchana, etc., more than 1 lakh people used to join. That's the always Jai Shri Mata is the program. So Lalita is the manifestation of the divine power. She is. If you just say she is the manifestation of the power, you cannot reach her. But you should always say to your heart that she is my ma. To reach, you should say she is my ma. But you should know she is the manifestation of the great power. But she is ma. That is why it said, Omkari, Hikari, Krikari, Ninu, Adaru, Amma, Yennuvavananu, Omkari, Hikari, Krikari, Ninu, Adaru, Amma, Yennuvavananu. Many people call you as so, Krikari, Omkari, Krikari, goddess like that. Whatever maybe you are ma, but you are my ma. That's the concept. If you unless and unless have that human relationship, it will not possible to move towards the God. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says very, very clearly, you give the same love to the God. We love our wife, our parents, our children, etc. You give the same amount of love towards the God. That is how you can move towards the God. Don't separate yourself as a God and doing something like that. She is my ma. Like that. Now let us do Kumkumarchana to this great Lalita Sahasranama. It's nothing but a power packet. It is not just chanting the thousands names of Shri Lalita, but each name, each nama has a great power in it. You can experience that power by your bhavana. You have the feeling then. Before starting the Kumkumarchana, sit straight, take a long breath, then have that Dhanyata Bhava. It is called as Dhanyata Bhava. You should say Ma in your wish, there in your heart say, Ma, there are crores of people on this world, and there are crores of people in this US, and there are lakhs of people in this Bay Area of San Francisco. But only you have selected only a few people, and you have allowed them to do Kumkumarchana to your lotus feet. Ma, you have selected me also for this great cause and a great purpose. I am thankful to you, Ma. You have selected me. First you should pray and you should express your thanks and gratitude to the Mama, because it is only because of her only you should be able to come here. Without her grace, no one can come and do all these things. Once you have come means, you have already been graced by the Jagannath. Then what purpose you have come, Guruji? Means, I am only here to guide you how best you can make use of this grace for your more happiness in the life. That is my job. You have already been graced. That is why we have been sitting here to do Kumkumarchana. You should express yourself in your mind and you say to your heart that, Ma, I am grateful to you. You have selected me to do Kumkumarchana to your lotus feet on this auspicious day of Shravana Shukravara. Ma, thankful to you, Ma. Thank you, Lord, for selecting. You should pay thanks to her for that is called as the Dhanyata Bhava. And the second approach, that only a child can approach the mother. The love between the child and the mother is a pure love. After it grows, many things affects. But a child of 6 months or 8 months or 1 year, it has nothing. A pure love is it. That is why everyone like small babies. 1 year, 6 months, everyone want to give me. Oh, so nice, so cute, like that. Because the cuteness not in the body or the face is the heart. Like that, while doing the Kumkumarchana, you have to become a little child on her lap. Not as you sitting yourself as doing Kumkumarchana. You should become a small child on her lap. then Kumkuma. These are the basic two terms of, this is called as Bhavani Bhavanagamya. That means to say it is there in the Lalita Sahasranama, Bhavani Bhavanagamya. Bhavanagamya, Bhavani Gamya. She is declaring in Lalita Sahasranama, Bhavani, you see I am the Bhavani, I am there, Gamya. Do you know where I am? I am your Bhavani, that is the feeling. You should do with the feelings that she is my mom. She has allowed me today to do Kumkumarchana to her lotus feet, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. With these great feelings, you should start doing the Kumkumarchana. You sit straight, take a long breath, and after me you chant Omkara. You chant me after me. Today most auspiciously, the first thing which you have to do before doing any these things, remember your parents, remember your guru, and prostrate to them and seek their blessings. This is the first step what we have to do to get through in our life. Sit straight and remember your parents and also the guru. Om Matrubhyo Namaha. Om Pitrubhyo Namaha. Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Acharebhyo Namaha. Whenever you utter good things, you should utter with a good sound. Otherwise, people in India feel that, oh, Americans, they do not even know how to chant Guru Bhyo Namaha, etc. Okay. Then, the second step, you have to remember Mahaganapati. The power, the divine power, who may approach to remove all the obstacles in life is Vigna Vinashaka, that is Ganapati. You sit straight and pray Ganapati. You chant after me. Vakratunda Mahakaya. Vakratunda Mahakaya. Koti Surya Samaprabha. Koti Surya Samaprabha. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva. Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Vakratunda Mahakaya. Vakratunda Mahakaya. Koti Surya Samaprabha. Koti Surya Samaprabha. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva. Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Once again, Vakratunda Mahakaya. Vakratunda Mahakaya. Koti Surya Samaprabha. Koti Surya Samaprabha. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva. Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Then you remember Sun, God. Our ancestors had treated the visible God is the sun. Surya Pratyaksha Devata. You pray sun. You chant after me. Om Namah Suryaya Shantaya. Om Namah Suryaya Shantaya. Sarvaroga Nivarine. Sarvaroga Nivarine. Ayurarogya Aishwaryam. Ayurarogya Aishwaryam. Dehi me. Dehi me. Deva. Deva. Jagatpate Surya. Jagatpate Surya. Om Namah Suryaya Shantaya. Om Namah which covers everything is Sarva Mangala Mangal. That is the Vedic verse which describes the mother, the divine mother, Jaganmata, in a very short way. You chant with me. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Jaya Narayani Namostute. Jaya Narayani Namostute. First let us do Sankalpa. For what purpose I am doing this? That's always there. You place your right hand on the left hand and place it on your right leg. Yeah. Om Shubhabhyam Shobhane Muhurtedya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Parardhe Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatamanvantare Kalyuge Prathame Pade Jambu Dvipe Bharatavarshe Bharatakande Dandakaranye Godavaryaha Dakshine Tire Shalivahana Shake Bauddhavatare Ramakshetre Asmin Vartamane Vyavaharike Chandramane Naprabodhi Shatti Samvatsarana Madhyeshi Matoshi Vishwavasunama Samvatsarasya Dakshinayane Vasharato Shravana Mase Shukla Pakshe Pratamyaha Vasaraha Vasarasto Shukra Bhargava Vasara Yuktayam Shubha Nakshatra Shubha Yoga Shubha Karana Evam Guna Visheshana Visishtayam Shubhatitao. Chant after me. Mama Upatta Samasta Durita Shayadvara Shri Parameshwara Vidyartam Visheshena Asmakam Sahakutumbana Ksemastairya Virya Vijaya Ayurarogya Aishwarya Abhivruddhyartam Samasta Durita Upashantyartam Samasta Mangala Vyaptyartam Dharmartha Kama Moksha Chaturvidha Phala Purushartha Siddhyartam Visheshena Apamrutyo Pida Variharartham Visheshena Mama. About 45 minutes I spoke. Let us see its practicality. Now I will give you 20 minutes second. You pray two things. What has to be happened in your life within 31st December 2025. You just have two sankalpas or the two prayers which is absolute for you to happen before 31st December 2025. Sit straight, take a long breath and smile. I give you 20 seconds and you have two prayers in your mind. Now your time 20 seconds starts. Mama Manasobhishta Prarthana Siddhyartham Amba Jagadamba Mata Jaganmata Janani Jagadjanani Jagadrakshini Shri Chakravasini Shri Lalita Mahatripura Sundari Padaravindayoho Shri श्रीमाता अप्पाजी मुखेना कुंकुमार्चना पूजांच करिष्ये. Folded hand, you namaskaram to Amma. सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणि नमोस्तुते. जय नारायणि नमोस्तुते. Now you have been given Sri Chakra, photo of Sri Chakra, to do Kumkumarchana. What is the power within that? I will tell you later because it is already time. But it is not just a photo, it can do wonders in your life. You have to test all these things. Don't hear to my words and go. You test everything. You have an experience, then only you will believe that. Don't believe just don't have a cock and bull stories. Don't hear to the stories of that. You have to experience in your own life that divine power. Then only you can understand what is Jagannath. That is my aim in life. That has been experienced by lakhs of people. And you have made to request before Amma, you see, it will happen, it has to happen. Then you will understand who is Jagannath. Not me. You have to understand who is Jagannath. Okay, let us invoke. Let us call Amma. Ma, please come and be seated here. I want to do Kumkumarchana to your lotus feet. This is called as Avahane in our Vedic system. She comes to pray her. Ma, come and sit in this Sri Chakra. I want to do Kumkumarchana to your Lord. She comes. From where she comes? Not from the heaven, not from the sky, not from a temple. She is there in your heart. So place your left hand on your heart and touch the Sri Chakra photo and invite Ma. Chant after me. Swamini Sarva Jagannate Yavat Kumkumarchana Vasanakam Tavat Priti Bhavena Asmin Chakre Asmin Bimbe Sannidhin Kuru. Ma, come and please be seated. Not just like that, with a love. Priti Bhavena. You come and sit with a love to grace me. Again you chant once again. Swamini Shri Chakravasini Shri Lalita Maha Tripura Sundari Sarva Jagannate Yavat Kumkumarchana Vasanakam Tavat Priti Bhavena Asmin Chakre Asmin Bimbe Sannidhin Kuru. Again you chant with folded hand. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Jaya Narayani Namostute. I have already told you Bhavani Bhavana Gamya. Ma had come and sat on the Sri Chakra. You look to her lotus feet. You just see her. You have to see not with this eyes, in your inner eyes. Start from her lotus feet to her head. You see her and you observe Omkara in her right foot and Shikara in her left foot. You also observe the anklets and also the Kalundra on her lotus foot. Ma, you have given me an opportunity to do Kumkumarchana to your lotus feet on this auspicious day. Thank you, Ma. Thank you. I will chant Nyasa. You just sit straight and here. Then we can start Kumkumarchana. I will tell you when to start Kumkumarchana. You just hear to the Nyasa. Om Asya Shri Lalita Sahasranama Stotramala Mantrasya Vashinyadi Vagdevata Rushayah Anustup Chandaha Shri Lalita Parameshwari Devata Srimad Vagbhava Koteti Bijam Madhya Koteti Shakti Shakti Koteti Kilakam Shri Lalita Maha Tripura Sundari Prasada Siddhi Dvara Chintita Pala Vabdarte Parayane Vinaya This is a divine experiment. Before that, we have to start with a puja. You do Manasa puja. Om Nam Prithvi Tattvadvikayai Shrilalita Devyai Gandham Parikalpayami. Om Ham Akasha Tattvadvikayai Shrilalita Devyai Pushpam Parikalpayami. Om Yam Vayu Tattvadvikayai Shrilalita Devyai Dhupam Parikalpayami. Om Amruta Tattvadvikayai Shrilalita Devyai Amruta Nevedyam Parikalpayami. Om Brahmadni Tattvadvikayai Shrilalita Devyai Deepam Parikalpayami. Samastopachara Puja Samarpayami. Samastopachara Pujarte Namaskaram Samarpayami. Do you know what is the last word says? Samastopachara Pujarte Namaskaram Samarpayami. If you are not able to chant all these things, you just say Ma with folded hands. That itself is a Ma, Ama. How is my Ma is sitting? You just look from her foot to the top. Sindhuraruna Vigraham Kinayana Manikya Mauni Spuratu Taranayaka Shekaram Smitamuki Mapina Vakshoruham Panibhyamani Purnaratna Chashakam Raktotpalam Vipratim Saumyam Ratna Khatastharatta Charanam Yayet Paramambikam Yayet Paramambikam Yayet Paramambikam Om Aim Hrim Shim Shri Mata Lalitambikayai Namaha. Amma. Now let us start doing Kumkumarchana. While doing the Kumkumarchana, you should always remember her. Lotus feet with all love and devotion. This is a great exercise that has been defined. It's very difficult to concentrate your mind on one object. I don't want to go to that subject, I know itself. It's a practice to the mind to stay on one particular, that is the most precious object on the earth. That's why Kumkumarchana is very, very important. Not just chanting, because you may be chanting but your mind will be wandering. That is the usual trend of the chanting. But while doing Kumkumarchana, your mind, your thoughts go back, but it will come when you start doing Kumkumarchana. This is the very purpose. I never ask you to chant. I always prefer you to do Kumkumarchana with the very purpose that the devotion or the love comes and the mind comes simultaneously. It will go, but again comes. It goes, again it comes. That is the purpose. You sit straight, take a long breath, and let us start Kumkumarchana. You chant Omkar once after me. Remember, you are doing Kumkumarchana to some Lalita also. She is my mom. It's a great opportunity in my life that today on this auspicious day have been allowed and called by Ma to do Kumkumarchana to her lotus. With this feeling should always be there throughout your Kumkumarchana. You start putting a small amount of kumkum. Now remember, you are doing Kumkumarchana to Lalita. The very name Lalita means it is so delicate, so auspicious, so simple like that. So you put just a small kumkuma. If you put more kumkuma, then you are doing Kumkumarchana to the Mari. You have a Mari to Kumkumarchana. It's all Lalita. Only small because love and affection. You just remember, chant Sarva Mangala Mangale, then let us start. Sarva Mangala Mangalye. Jaya Narayani Namostute. Start Kumkumarchana. Om Shri Mata Shri Maharajni Shri Simhasaneshwari Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta Devakaya Samudyata Udyadvanu Sahasrava Chaturbahu Samanvita Ragaswarupa Pashadya Krodhakaram Kushodvara Manorupeshu Kodanda Panchatanmatra Sayaka Nijaruna Prabha Pura Vajjat Brahmanda Mandala Champaka Shoka Punnala Saugandhikara Satkacha कुरुविन्दमणि श्रेणी कनत्कोटीरमण्डिता अष्टमी चन्द्र विभ्राजदलितस्थलशोभिता मुखचन्द्रकलङ्कावा मृगनाभि विशेषका वदनस्मरमाङ्गल्या नृपतोरणचिल्लिका वक्रलक्ष्मी परिवाहा चलन्मीनावलोचना नवचम्पकपुष्पाभा नासादण्डविराजिता ताराकान्तितिरस्कारी नासाभरणभासुरा कदम्बमञ्जरी क्लृप्ता कर्णपूरमनोहरा स्ताटङ्कयुगलीभूता तपनोडुपमण्डला पद्मरागशिलादर्शा परिभाविकपोलभूः नवविद्रुमबिम्बश्री नित्यारिदधनश्चला शुद्धविद्याङ्कुराकारा द्विजपङ्क्तिद्वयोज्ज्वला कर्पूरवीटिका मोदा समाकर्षदिगन्तरा निजसल्लापमाधुर्या विनिर्वर्सितकच्छपि मन्दस्मितप्रभापूरा मज्जत्कामेशमानसा अनाकलितसादृश्या चुबुकश्री विराजिता कामेशबद्धमाङ्गल्या शुक्रशोभितकन्धरा कनकाङ्गलकेयूरकमनीयभुजान्विता रत्नग्रैवेयचिन्ताकलोलमुक्ता फलान्विता कामेश्वरप्रेमरत्नामणिप्रतिफणस्तनी नाभ्यालवालरोमानी लताफलकुचद्वयी लक्षरोमलताधाराता समुन्नेयमध्यमा स्तनमालदलन्मध्या पट्टबन्धवलित्रया अरुणारुणकौसुम्भवस्त्रभास्वत्कटीतटे रत्नकिङ्किणिकारम्या रशनाधामभूषिता कामेशज्ञातसौभाग्यमार्धवोरुद्वयान्विता माणिक्यमुकुटाकारा जानुद्वयविराजिता इन्द्रगोपपरिक्षिप्तस्मरतूणा भजङ्गिका अम्मा गूढगुल्फा कूर्मपृष्टा जयिष्णुप्रपदान्विता नखदीरिति सञ्चन्ननमज्जनतमो गुणा पदद्वयप्रभाजाला पराकृतसरोरुहा शिञ्जानमणिमञ्जीरमण्डितश्रीपदाम्बुजा मराली मन्दगमना महालावण्यशेवदिः सर्वारुणा नवद्याङ्गी सर्वाभरणभूषिता शिवकामेश्वराङ्गस्था शिवा स्वाधीनवल्लभा सुमेरुमध्यशृङ्गस्था श्रीमन्नगरनायिका चिन्तामणिगृहान्तस्था पञ्चब्रह्मासनस्थिता महापद्माटवी संस्था कदम्बवनवासिनी सुधासागरमध्यस्था कामाक्षी कामदायिनी देवर्षिगणसङ्गाता स्तूयमानात्मवैभवा भण्डासुरवधोद्युक्ता शक्तिसेना समन्विता सम्पत्करी समारूढा सिन्धुरव्रजसेविता अश्वारूढाधिष्ठिताश्वा कोटिकोटिविरावृता चक्रराजरथारूढा सर्वायुधपरिष्कृता ध्येयचक्ररथारूढा मन्त्रिणी परिसेविता गिरिचक्ररथारूढा दण्डनाथा पुरस्कृता ज्वालामालिनिकाक्षिप्ता वह्निप्राकारमध्यरा भण्डसैन्यवधोद्युक्ता शक्तिविक्रमहर्षिता नित्यापराक्रमाटोपा निरीक्षणसमुत्सुका भण्डपुत्रवधोद्युक्ता बाला विक्रमनन्दिता मन्त्रिण्यम्बा विरचिता विषङ्गवदतोषिता विशुक्रप्राणारणा वाराही वीर्यनन्दिता कामेश्वरमुखा लोका कल्पितश्रीगणेश्वर महागणेश निर्विघ्न विघ्नयन्त्रप्रहर्षिता भण्डासुरेन्द्र निर्मुक्ता शस्त्रप्रत्यस्त्रवर्षिणी कराङ्गुलिनकोत्पन्ना नारायणदशाकृतिः महापाशुपतास्त्राग्नि निर्दग्धासुरसैनिका कामेश्वरास्त्रनिर्दग्धा सभण्डासुरशून्यका ब्रह्मोपेन्द्रमहेन्द्रादिदेव संस्तुतवैभव हरनेत्राग्निसन्दग्धकामसञ्जीवनौषधिः What happened? Pandasura is a great demon. When you say he is a Rakshasa or a demon, don't feel that having so much of teeth or like that. Who is really a demon means those who are having ego, they are only the demons. In the world, there are so many demons, lakhs and crores, because ego. That is, when you start, ego starts growing, you are becoming demon. When it starts coming down, you are becoming divine. That's all. That divides everything. Like that, Bandasura is there. He has defeated all the gods, Yama, Agni, and all others, and took all their powers. So what did all these gods? They started doing yajna, and in the name of goddess Parashakti, under the acharyaship of Bruhaspati Acharya, they started doing the yajna. Then in that flame, a beautiful female form come, that is Sri Lalita, Chidagvikunda Sambhota Devakara Samudhyata. Whenever you chant Lalita Sahasranama, that positive energy comes to you to destroy all your negative vibrations, negative things, and negative energy within you and in your house. That's the very purpose of Lalita Sahasranama. It is not just to please her, you have to clean yourself. She comes, Chidagni Kunda Sambhota. The Chidagni is in your heart. That Chit plus Agni, Chit plus Chit means your heart. That is there, comes. Then, in this, she fought with the Daman Bandasura and she killed her. That is there. After that, all the gods, including Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they had tears in their eyes and folded hands, and they bent her and did namaskaram to Amma. Amma, you have saved us. That's the thing what is you are doing Kumkumarchana. Up to this you continue. Brahmopendra Mahendradi Eva Samsuta Vaibhava Harayeta Nisandagda Kama Sanjeevana Ushadihi Shrimadvagbhava Kutaika Swarupa Mukha Pankaja Kantala Kadiparyamta Madhya Kuta Swarupini Shakti Kutaika Panna Katya Gopharadharini Mula Mantradvika Mula Kutatraya Kalevara Kulamrudai Karasika Kula Sanketa Palini Kulangana Kulamkasta Gaurini Kula Yogini Akula Samayantasta Samayachara Tatpara. Amma, where is Shri Chakra? It is not only outside, it is there within you. You know the divine force within that. Mooladharaika nilayam Brahmadhyamti vibhedini Manipuram tarudita vibhedini Agna chakram taralasta Rudrajanti vibhedini Sahasraram pujarudha Sudhasara vivarshini Tadillata samaruchihi Shachagropari samstita Mahasakti kundalani Visasantutani yasi. Amma, where you can find this mother? Bhavani Bhavana Gamya Bhavaranya Kutarika Bhavani Bhavana Gamya Bhavaranya Kutarika Bhavani Bhavana Gamya Bhavaranya Kutarika Bhadra Priya Bhadra Murtir Bhadra Saubhagyadayini Bhakti Priya Bhakti Gamya Bhakti Vasya Bhayapaha Shambhavi Sharadaradya Sharvani Sharmadayini Shankari Shikari Sadvi Sharaschandra Nivanana Shatodari Shantimati Niradhara Niranjana Nirlepa Nirmala Nitya Nirakara Nirakula Nirguna Nishkada Shanta Nishkama Nirupaplava Nitya Mukta Nirvikara Nishprapancha Nirashaya Nitya Shuddha Nitya Buddha Niravadya Nirantara Nishkarana Nishkaranka Nirupadhir Nirishvara Niradhara Dhamatani Nirmada Madanashini Nischinta Nirahankara Nirmoha Mohanashini Nirmama Mamata Hantri Nishpapa Papanashini Nishrodha Krodha Shamani Nirlobha Lobhanashini Nirsamshaya Samshayakti Nirbhava Bhavanashini Nirvikalpa Nirabhaga Nirbheda Bhedanashini Nirnasha Mrithyumatani Nishtriya Nishparigraha Nistula Nirachikura Nirapaya Niratyaya Durlava Durgama Durga Dukkhahantri Sukhaprada Dushtadura Durachara Shamani Dosha Vajjita Amma Sarvata Samra Karuna Samanadika Vajjita Amma Sarva Shakti Mai Sarva Mangala Sadgati Prada Sarveshwari Sarva Mai Sarva Mantra Swarupini Sarva Yantratmika Sarva Tantra Rupa Manonmani Maheshwari Mahadeva प्रिया महारूपा महापूज्या महापातकनाशिनी महामाया महासत् शक्तिर्महारतिः महाभोगा महेश्वर्या महावीर्या महाबला महाबुद्धिर्महासिद्धिर्महायोगेश्वरेश्वरी महातंत्रा महामंत्रा महायंत्रा महासना महायागक्रमाराध्या महाभैरव पूजिता महेश्वर महाकल्पा महातांडव साक्षिणी महाकामेश महिषी महात्रिपुर सुंदरी चतुष्षष्ट्युपचाराढ्या चतुष्षष्टि कलामयी महाचतुष्षष्टि कोटि योगिनी गणसेविता अम्मा विद्या चंद्रमंडल मध्यगा चारुरूपा चारुहासा चारुचंद्रकलाधरा चराचर जगन्नाथा चक्रराजनिकेतना पार्वती पद्मनयना पद्मराग समप्रभा पंचप्रेतासनासीना पंचब्रह्मस्वरूपिणी चिन्मयी परमानंदा विज्ञान घनरूपिणी ज्ञानज्ञातृध्येय रूपा धर्मा धर्म विवर्जिता विश्वरूपा जागरणी स्वपंक्ति तैजसात्विका सुप्ता प्राज्ञात्मिका तुर्या सर्वावस्था विवर्जिता अम्मा सृष्टिकर्त्री ब्रह्मरूपा गोत्री गोविंद रूपिणी संहारिणी रुद्ररूपा तिरोधानकरीश्वरी सदाशिवानुग्रहदा पंचकृत्य परायणा भानुमंडल मध्यस्था भैरवी भगमालिनी अम्मा पद्मासना भगवती पद्मनाभ सहोदरी उन्मेष निमिषोत्पन्ना विपन्न भुवनावली सहस्रशीर्षवदना सहस्राक्षी सहस्रपाद आ ब्रह्मगीत जननी वर्णाश्रम विदायिनी निजाज्ञा रूप निगमा पुण्या पुण्य फलप्रदा श्रुति सीमंत सिंदूरी कृत पादाब्जधूलिका सकलागम संदोहा शुक्ति संपुट मौक्तिका पुरुषार्थ प्रदा पूर्णा भोगिनी भुवनेश्वरी अंबिका नादिनिधना हरि ब्रह्मेन्द्र सेविता अम्मा नारायणी नारायणी नादरूपा नाम रूप विवर्जिता ह्रींकारी ह्रीमती हृद्या हेयोपादेय वर्जिता which is the bijakshara that represent that energy the parashakti it is hreem 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 that is the power that is the bijakshara of the whole universe that is why it is given by the mother herself that hreem that is why we ask the people to chant om hreem parashakti it can do wonders. I don't want to explain all those things now. That is why Hrikari, Hrimati, Vrudya, Heyo, Padeya, Varjita. That is the source and that is the base that is there inside. That Hrim. Hrikari, Hrimati, Vrudya, Heyo, Padeya, Varjita. Hrikari, Hrimati, Vrudya, Heyo, Padeya, Varjita. Hrikari, Hrimati, Vrudya, Heyo, Padeya, Varjita. Raja Rajarchita, Ragni, Ramya, Rajiva Lochana, Ranjani, Ramani, Rasyarana, Tinkiri, Mekana, Ramara, Ketu, Vadana, Rati, Rupa, Rati, Priya, Rakshakari, Rakshasagni, Rama, Ramana, Lampata, Kamya, Kamakala, Rupa, Kadamba, Kusuma, Priya, Kalyani, Jagati, Kanda, Karuna, Rasasagara, Kalavati, Kalalapa, Kanga, Kadambari, Priya, Varada, Vamanayana, Varuni, Madhavipala, Vishwadika, Veda, Vedya, Vindhyachala, Nivasini, Vidhatri, Veda, Janani, Vishnu, Maya, Vilasini, Kshetra, Swarupa, Kshetreshi, Kshetra, Kshetra, Gnapalini, Chayamukti, Vinirmukta, Kshetra, Pala, Savarjita, Vijaya, Vimala, Vandya, Vandaru, Janavatsala, Vagini, Vamakeshi, Vandi, Mandala, Vasini, Bhakti, Mattal, Paradika, Pashupasha, Vimochani, Samruta, Sheshapa, Kanda, Sadachara, Pravartika, Amma, Tapatrayagni, Santapta, Samagadana, Chandrika, Tarunita, Pasaradhya, Tarumadhya, Tamopaha, Tapatrayagni, Santapta, Samagadana, Chandrika. It is the assurance given by Lalita. Tapatrayagni, Santapta. By coming to this earth, everything has been fixed. That's why the life of each individual differs from one to another. that is called as Prarabdha karma, Prachina karma. In Vedanta it is called as Vasane. In English it is called as primitive. According to that, only the life leads and that life moves of each individual. This is a great subject. Now, this is not the time I will be here. Here means in America for another 2 months. I will try to explain it wherever it is possible. It is very difficult to go through this life. There are so many pains, so many sorrows, so many agony, so much of strain, stress. Oh, what is this? We all feel like that. Ma says, Jagannatha Lalita Tripura Sundari says, my child, you are my child. But I cannot interfere in this karma chakra. You have to, or I cannot take it back. You have to go through this. But as a mat, what I can do, Tapatrayagni Santapta Samagadana Chandrika. You go through this. But whatever the difficulties or the stress or the strain or the sorrows come, I will make it very, very small. I can teach you on this for 1 hour, but I will want to quote one words of Srimata Sharda Devi. She says, you can understand this. She says, if there is that today in your life, there will be a hit from an axe, bodily that is said, hit from an axe in your day, but remembering the goddess or chanting Lalita Sahasranama, there is a pierce of pin, a small pin. That means whatever has to happen, it will happen, but it will be, the pain will be reduced. I cannot remove what is to happen, but I can reduce the pain that causes because of when you go through this. That is called as Tapatrayagni Santapta Samagadana Chandrika. Oh my child, don't worry. You go through whatever there is according to your prarabdha. Go. But don't worry, I am with you. I reduce your pain or the sorrows to the lowest level. That can I do. This is the assurance given by the Jagannatha in this Lalita Sahasranama. That is why we have to chant Lalita Sahasranama, or you have to hear to the Lalita Sahasranama, because that then your many ask what happens when we chant or we are here. It's a waste of time. If you experience, that's why I told you, you have to experience, then only you will understand what it is, not by just a, God is, Vivekananda says, God is there not for an explanation, but for an experience. God is there not for an explanation, but for an experience. If you experience this, Tapatrayagni Santapta, you will understand what is Jagannath. Till then, she is an idol. When you experience, she will divine. Continue. Tapatrayagni Santapta Samagadana Chandrika Karuni Tapasaradhya Talumadhya Tamopaha Chitistatpada Laksharta Chidekara Sarupini Swatmananda Lavibhuta Brahmadhyananda Santatihi Paratritchipchiti Rupa Pashyanti Paradevata Madhyama Vaikari Rupa Bhattamana Samsita Kameshwara Prananadi Kritagna Kama Pujita Shungara Sampurna Jaya Jalandhara Sthita Ogyana Pita Nilaya Bindu Mandala Vasini Rahogyana Kramara Jnana Hastarpana Tarpita Amma Satya Prasadini Vishwasakshini Sakshi Vajjita Shadangarevata Yukta Shadunya Paripurita Nityatminani Upamani Vada Sukadayini Nitya Shodashika Rupa Shikantartha Sharirini Prabhavati Prabharupa Prasiddha Parameshwari Moola Prakurti Vyakta 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 Swarupini Vyapini Vividakara Vidya Vidya Swarupini Mahakamesha Nayana Bhudana Kaumudi Bhaktahardhatamo Bheda Bhanumat Bhanu Samskatihi Shivaruti Shivaradhya Shivamurti Shivantari Shivapriya Shivapara Sistesta Sista Pujita Aprameya Saprakasha Mano Vacha Magochara Chichakti Chetana Rupa Jadashakti Jadatmika Gayatri Gajati Sandhya Vijavrunda Nishevita Tatvasana Tatvamayi Panchakoshantarasnita Nisyema Mahima Nitya Yauvana Madashalini मदघूर्णितरक्ताक्षी मदपाटलगण्डभोः चन्दनद्रवदित्याङ्गी चाम्पेय कुसुमप्रिया कुशला कोमलाकारा कुरुकुल्ला कुलेश्वरी कुलकुण्डालया कौलमार्गतत्परसेविता कुमारगणनाकाम्बा तुष्टिः पुष्टिर्मतिधृतिः शान्तिस्वस्तिमती कान्तिर्नन्दिनी विघ्ननाशिनी अम्मा तेजोवती त्रिनयना लोलाक्षी कामरूपिणी मालिनी हंसिनी माता मलयाचलवासिनी सुमुखी नलिनी सुग्रोह शोभना सुरनायिका कालकण्ठी कान्तिमती क्षोभिणी सूक्ष्मरूपिणी वज्रेश्वरी वामदेवी वयोवस्था विवर्जिता सिद्धेश्वरी सिद्धविद्या सिद्धमाता यशस्विनी विशुद्ध चक्रनिलया रक्तवर्णा त्रिलोचना खट्वाङ्गादिप्रहरणा वदनैक समन्विता पायसान्न प्रिया त्वक्स्ता पशुलोकभयङ्करी अमृतादि महाशक्ति संवृता ढाकिनीश्वरी अनाहताब्जनिलया श्यामा भावदनद्वया दंसोज्ज्वला क्षमालादितरा रुधिरसंस्थिता कालरात्र्यादिशक्त्यौगवृता स्निग्धौदनप्रिया महावीरेन्द्रवरदा राकिण्यं वासुरूपिणी मणिपूराब्जनिलया वदनत्रयसंयुता वज्रादिकायुधोपेता ढामर्यादिविरावृता अम्मा रक्तवर्णा मांसनिष्ठा गुणान्नप्रीतमानसा समस्तभक्तसुखदा लाकिन्यं वासुरूपिणी स्वादिष्टानाम्बुजगता चतुर्वक्त्रमनोहरा शूलाध्यायुधसम्पन्ना पीतवर्णातिगर्विता मेघोनिष्ठा मधुप्रीता बन्दिन्यादिसमन्विता दध्यन्नासक्तहृदया काकिनी रूपधारिणी मूलाधाराम्बुजारूढा पञ्चवक्त्रास्ति संस्थिता अङ्कुशादिप्रहरणा वरदादिनिषेविता मुद्गौदनासक्तचित्ता साकिन्यं वास्वरूपिणी आत्माचक्राब्जनिलया शुक्रवर्णा षडानना मज्जा संस्था हंसवती मुख्यशक्तिसमन्विता हरिद्रानैकरसिका हाकिनी रूपधारिणी अम्मा सहस्रदल पद्मस्था सर्ववर्णोपशोभिता सर्वायुधरा शुक्रसंस्थिता सर्वतोमुखी सर्वौधनप्रीतचित्ता याकिन्यं वास्वरूपिणी स्वाहा स्वधामतिर्मेधा श्रुतिस्मृतिरुनुत्तमा पुण्यकीर्ति पुण्यलभ्या पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तना पुरोमजार्जिता बन्धमोचनी बन्धुरालका विमर्शरूपिणी विद्याव्यदादिजगद्रसूः सर्वव्याधिप्रशमनी सर्वमृत्युनिवारिणी अग्रगण्या चिन्त्यरूपा कलिकल्मषनाशिनी कात्यायनी कालहन्त्री कमलाक्षरिसेविता ताम्बूलपूरितमुखी दाडिमी कुसुमप्रभा मृगाक्षी मोहिनी मोक्ष्यामृडानी मित्ररूपिणी नित्यतृप्ता भक्तनिधिर्यं श्रीनिखिलेश्वरी मैत्रादिवासना लभ्या महाप्रलयसाक्षिणी पराशक्ति परानिष्ठा प्रज्ञानघनरूपिणी मातृपालानसा मत्ता मातृका वर्णरूपिणी महाकैलासनिलया मृडाण मृदुदोल्लता महनीयादया मूर्तिर्महासाम्राज्यशालिनी अम्मा आत्मविद्या महाविद्या श्रीविद्या कामसेविता श्री षोडशाक्षरी विद्या त्रिकूटा कामकोटिका कटाक्ष किङ्करी भूता कमला कोटिसेविता शिरस्थिता चन्द्रनिवापालस्तेन्द्रधनुप्रभा हृदयस्था त्रिकोणान्तरदीपिका दाक्षायणी दैत्यहन्त्री दक्षयज्ञविनाशिनी धरान्दोलितदीर्घाक्षीधरहासोज्ज्वलन्मुखी गुरुमूर्तिर्गुणनिधिर्गोमाता गुहजन्मभू देवेशी दण्डनीतिस्था दहराकाशरूपिणी प्रतिपुन्मुक्त्यला कान्तातिथिमण्डलपूजिता कलात्मिका कलानाथा काव्यालापविनोदिनी सचालनरमावाणी सौर्यदक्षिणसेविता अम्मा आदिशक्ति आदिशक्तिरमे आत्मा परमा पावनाकृतिः अनेक कोटि ब्रह्मांड जननी दिव्य विग्रह क्लींकारी केवला मुख्या कैवल्य पददायिनी त्रिपुरा त्रिजगद्वन्द्या त्रिमूर्ति त्रिदशेश्वरी त्र्यक्षरी दिव्य गंधाढ्या सिंधूर तिलकांचिता उमा शैलेन्द्र तनया गौरी गंधर्व सेविता विश्वगर्भा स्वर्णगर्भा वरदा बालदीश्वरी दुष्यरहिता विज्ञात्री वेद्यवर्जिता योगिनी योगदा योग्या योगानंदा युगंधरा अम्म इच्छाशक्ति ज्ञानशक्ति क्रियाशक्ति स्वरूपिणी सर्वाधारा सुप्रतिष्ठा सदसद्रूपधारिणी अष्टमूर्तिरजायत्री लोकयात्रा विदायिनी एकाकिनी भूमरूपा निर्द्वैता द्वैतवर्जिता अन्नदा वसुधा वृद्धा ब्रह्मात्मैक्य स्वरूपिणी ग्रहति ब्राह्मणी ब्राह्मी ब्रह्मानंदा परिप्रिया भाषारूपा बृहत्सेना भावा भाव विवर्जिता सुखाराध्या शुभकरी शोभना सुलभागतिः राजराजेश्वरी राज्यदायिनी राज्यवल्लभा राजकृपा राजपीठ निवेशित निजाशिता राज्यलक्ष्मी कोशनाथा चतुरंगवधेश्वरी साम्राज्यदायिनी सत्यसन्धा सागर मेखला दीक्षिता दैत्य शमनी सर्वलोकवशंकरी सर्वार्थदात्री सावित्री सच्चिदानंद रूपिणी देशकाला परिच्छिन्ना सर्वगा सर्वमोहिनी सरस्वती शास्त्रमयी गुहाम्बा गुह्यरूपिणी सर्वोपाधि विनिर्मुक्ता सदाशिवपतिव्रता संप्रदायेश्वरी साध्वी गुरुमंडल रूपिणी कुलोत्तीर्णा भगाराध्या माया मधुमती मही गणाम्बा गुह्यकाराध्या कोमलांगी गुरुप्रिया स्वतंत्रा सर्वतंत्रेशी दक्षिणामूर्ति रूपिणी सनकादि समाराध्या शिवज्ञान प्रदायिनी अम्मा चित्तलानंदकरिका प्रेम रूपा प्रियंकरी नाम पारायण प्रीता नंदी विद्या नटेश्वरी नाम पारायण प्रीता नंदी विद्या नटेश्वरी all other things apart nama parayana prita amma comes to you if you say just amma with all love and affection that is what she is saying nama parayana whatever the pujas or homas that is apart but I am available to you I come to you my child if you call me with all love and affection amma then I am with you that's all what she says nama I have explained everything in detail in Bhavartha in the groups. Nama Parayana Preetanandi Vidya Nateshwari Mithya Jagadadishtana Muktida Mukti Rupini Lasya Priyalaya Kari Lajjarambhadi Vandita Bhavadava Sudha Vrishti Paparanya Davanala Daurbhagya Tula Vatula Jaradvantara Viprabha Bhagyavdi Chandrika Bhakta Chitta Keki Ghana Ghana रोग पर्वत दंभोली मृत्युदारु कुटारिका महेश्वरी महाकाली महाग्रासा महाशना अपर्णा चंडिका चंडमुंडासुर निशोधिनी चराचरात्मिका सर्वलोकेशी विश्वधारिणी त्रिवर्गदात्री सुभगा त्र्यंबका त्रिगुणात्मिका स्वर्गापवर्गदा शुद्धा जपा पुष्प निभाकृतिः ओजोवती द्युतिधरा यज्ञरूपा प्रियव्रता दुराराध्या दुरादर्श पाटली कुसुम प्रिया महती मेरु निलया मंदार कुसुम प्रिया वीराराध्या विराट रूपा विरजा विश्वतोमुखी प्रत्यक रूपा पराकाशा प्राणदा प्राण रूपिणी मारांड भैरवाराध्या मंत्रिणी निस्त्यराज्यदोः त्रिपुरेशी जयसेना निस्त्रैगुण्या परापरा सत्य ज्ञानानंद रूपा सामरस्य परायणा कपर्दिनी कलामाला कामरूपिणी कलानिधिः काव्यकला रसज्ञा रसशेवधिः पुष्टा पुरातना पूज्या पुष्करा पुष्करेक्षणा अम्मा परं ज्योतिः परं धामा परमाणु परात्परा पाशहस्ता पाशहन्त्री परमन्त्र विभेदिनी मूर्ता मूर्ता नित्यतृप्ता मुनिमानसहंसिका सत्यव्रता सत्यरूपा सर्वान्तर्यामिनी सती ब्रह्माणी ब्रह्मजननी बहुरूपा मुदार्चिता रसवित्री प्रचण्डाज्ञा प्रतिष्ठा प्रकटाकृतिः प्राणेश्वरी प्राणधात्री पञ्चाशत्पीठरूपिणी विश्वङ्कला विविक्तस्था वीरमाता व्यत्रसोः मुकुन्दा मुक्तिनिलया मूलविग्रहरूपिणी भावज्ञा भवरोगज्ञी भवचक्रप्रवर्तिनी छन्दस्सारा शास्त्रसारा मन्त्रसारा तलोदरी उदारकीर्तिरुद्धाम वैभवा वर्णरूपिणी जन्म मृत्युजला तप्ता जलविश्रान्तिदायिनी सर्वोपनिषदुद्घुष्टा शान्त्यतीतकलात्मिका अजाक्ष विनिर्मुक्ता मुग्धा क्षिप्रप्रसादिनी अम्मा अंतर्मुख समाराध्या बहिर्मुख सुदुर्लभ त्रयी त्रिवर्गनिलया त्रिस्ता त्रिपुरमालिनी निरामया निरालंबा स्वात्मा रामा सुधा स्मृतिः संसार पंक निर्मग्ना समुद्धरण पंडिता यज्ञ प्रिया यज्ञ कर्त्री यजमान स्वरूपिणी धर्माधारा धनाध्यक्षा धन धान्य विवर्धिनी विप्र प्रिया विप्र रूपा विश्व भ्रमणकारिणी विश्वग्रासा विष्णुमाभा वैष्णवी विष्णु रूपिणी अयोनि योनि निलया कूटस्था कुलरूपिणी वीरघोषि प्रिया वीरा निष्कर्म्यानाद रूपिणी विज्ञान कलना कल्या विदग्धा वैन्दवासना तत्त्वादिका तत्त्वमयी तत्त्वमर्थ स्वरूपिणी सामगान प्रिया सौम्या सदा शिव कुटुंबिनी सौव्याप सौव्य मार्गस्था सर्वापद्विनिवारिणी स्वस्था स्वभाव मधुरा धीरा धीर समर्जिता चैतन्याद्य समाराध्या चैतन्य कुसुम प्रिया सदोदिता सदा तुष्टा तरुणादित्य पाटला दक्षिणा दक्षिणाराध्या तरस्मेर मुखाम्बुजा कौलिनी केवला नर्या कैवल्य पददायिनी अम्मा स्तोत्र प्रिया स्तुतिमती श्रुति संस्तुत वैभवा मनस्विनी मानवती महेशी मंगलाकृति अम्मा विश्वमाता जगद्धात्री विशालाक्षी विरागिणी प्रगल्भा परमोदरा परामोदा मनोमयी व्योमकेशी विमानस्था वज्रिणी वामकेश्वरी पंचयज्ञ प्रिया पंच प्रेत पंचादिशायिनी पंचमी पंचभूतेशी पंच संख्योपचारिणी शाश्वती शाश्वतेश्वर्य शर्मदा शंभुमोहिनी धराधर सुता धन्या धर्मिणी धर्मवर्तिनी अम्मा लोकातीता गुणातीता सर्वातीता शमात्मिका बंधुक कुसुम प्रज्ञा वाला लीला विनोदिनी सुमंगली सुखकरी सुवेशाढ्या सुवासिनी सुवासिन्यर्चन प्रीता शोभना शुद्ध मानसा बिंदु तर्पण संतुष्टा पूर्वजा त्रिपुरांबिका दशमुद्रा समाराध्या त्रिपुरा शिव शंकरी ज्ञान मुद्रा ज्ञान गम्या ज्ञान ज्ञेय स्वरूपिणी योनि मुद्रा त्रिकंठेशी त्रिपुरांबा त्रिगोणगा अनगाद्भुत चारित्रा वांछितार्थ प्रदायिनी अभ्यासातिशय ज्ञाता षडत्वातीत रूपिणी अव्याज करुणा मूर्तिरज्ञानध्वान्त दीपिका आबाल गोप विदिता सर्वानुल्लंघ्य शासना श्रीचक्रराज निलया श्रीवत्रिपुर सुंदरी श्री शिवा शिवशक्त्यैक्य रूपिणी ललितांबिका श्रीचक्रराज निलया श्रीवत्रिपुर सुंदरी श्री शिवा शिवशक्त्यैक्य रूपिणी ललितांबिका श्रीचक्रराज निलया श्रीवत्रिपुर सुंदरी श्री शिवा शिवशक्त्यैक्य रूपिणी ललितांबिका एवं श्रीललिता देव्या नाम सहस्रकं जगुः इति श्रीललिता सहस्रनाम पूर्वक कुंकुमार्चन पूजा समर्पयामि सर्वं श्री जगदम्बार्पणमस्तु। You continue. ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं श्रीमाता ललितांबिकायै नमः। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं श्रीमाता ललितांबिकायै नमः। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं श्रीमाता ललितांबिकायै नमः। सर्वं श्री जगदम्बार्पणमस्तु। This is called as the divine experiment. There should not be any mistakes here, but mistakes used to happen. For that, you chant Om Jai Durga 9 into 3 times. 9 into 3 times. Then it removes if at all any mistakes has taken place during this experiment of Kumkumarchana to the Lalita Sahasranama. You can do Kumkumarchana also, but you should chant Jai Durga 9 into 3 times. You just start. Jai Durga, 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 Jai दुर्गे जय दुर्गे जय दुर्गे जय दुर्गे श्री महात्रिपुर सुंदरी प्रियतां कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यः सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय समर्पयामि हरि ओम तत्सत् श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु स्वस्ति श्री ब्रह्मांड पुराणे उत्तरखंडे श्री हयग्रीव अगस्त्य संवादे श्री ललिता रहस्य साहस्य स्तोत्र कथनं नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः सिन्दूरारुण विग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौली स्फुरतु तारानायक शेखरां स्मितमुखीमापीन वक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रति सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरत्नचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकां जयेत् परामम्बिकां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकां. Just you hold up the place in which Kumkumarchana has been done. Let us make Aarati to the Jagannatha. सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणि नमोस्तुते. सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणि नमोस्तुते. सिन्धुत्रिकोणवसुकोणदशारयुग्मा मन्वस्तनाकदळषोडशपत्रयुक्तं वृत्तत्रयं च धरणी सदनत्रयं च श्रीचक्रराजमुदितः परदेवतायाः श्रीचक्रराजनिलया श्रीमद्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी श्रीशिवा शिवशक्त्यैक्यरूपिणी ललिताम्बिका. Take Arati and put prasadam kumkumam near Agna Chakra, that is between the two eyebrows. If you know, you chant the prayer Om Amrutahastaya Vidmahe Mahashakti Netraya Dhimahi Tanno Apani Prachodayatu. वृष्टिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः सुधान्यवृद्धिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः कल्याणवृद्धिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः विभूतिवृद्धिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः सुवर्णवृष्टिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः सुधान्यवृद्धिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः कल्याणवृद्धिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः विभूतिवृद्धिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः. अम्मा सुवर्णवृष्टिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः सुधान्यवृद्धिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः कल्याणवृद्धिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः विभूतिवृद्धिं कुरु मे गृहेशीः. लोकः समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त सन्मङ्गलानि भवन्तु. ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. हरिः ओम तत्सत्. सर्वं श्री जगदम्बार्पणमस्तु. सर्वं श्री गुरुचरणार्पणमस्तु. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोस्तुते. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोस्तुते. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोस्तुते. जय नारायणि नमोस्तुते. Divine blessings to you all. And one more thing, I will be here in US up to 10th, I think. The return tickets booked on 10th September. Till then, what is my program? It will be given by Prabha Venkat. Her name is there. If you contact her, we have made one group for this to know. Because again, second Friday is coming. The third Friday, it is already decided within San Martin Temple. Lakshmi Hridaya Rahasya Homa. It's a divine experiment from Atharvana Veda. We have taken that from one Veda. Very basic purpose is to remove the financial difficulties and also the problem in the employment, also the problem in business, etc. What the Rishis has given, the divine way to solve all these problems. It is on the third Friday, 18th, it is on 8th of August. That is 8th August? Friday. Because it is selected on 8th because it is also most auspicious day. That is, it is Varamahalakshmi festival is there on that day from 10 o'clock it starts. That is it. And blessings to you all on this auspicious occasion. Jai Shri Mata, Jai Shri Mata, Jai Shri Mata, Jai Shri Mata. Sarvamangalamangalye Shive Sarvarthasadike Sharanye त्र्यम्बके Gauri Narayani Namostute Sarvamangalamangalye Shive Sarvarthasadike Sharanye त्र्यम्बके Gauri Sarvamangalamangalye Shive Sarvarthasadike Sharanye त्र्यम्बके Gauri Narayani Namostute Bindu Trikoda Vasukona Dakara Yuktam Manvasana Gadana Yoga Shapatra Yuktam Sruttatrayancha Dharani Sadanatrayancha Shri Chakra Jaurita Paradevataya Shri Chakra Rajanidaya Shri Bhakti Pura Sundari Shri Shiva Shiva Shakti Jarupini Lalitamritanam Sindhuraruda Vigraham Pirenam Manishamuni Puratu Saranayaka Shekaram Sitamuti Mapina Vaksumuruha Panivyam Nalashakam Rattopalam Viprati Saumyam Ratta Ghatastarata Charanam Jaya Paramam Vitam Jaya Paramam Vitam Jaya Paramam Vitam. Jai Shri Ram.
Just a quick announcement. Anyone who has seen the status today, please report to me. It belongs to the temple. Thank you. Now go to the
ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಗಣಪತಿಗೆ ಅಮ್ಮನವರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆರತಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ.
You just stand up. Now Aarti is being done.
भुवनेश्वरे देवतायै नमः कृतवर्त्यानन्दनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि नीराजनानन्दरे आचमनीयं समर्पयामि पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि अम्बा माता की जगदम्बा माता की सनातन धर्म की विश्वदश्चक्षुरुत विश्वतो मुखो विश्वतो हस्तरुत विश्वदस्वाद जलादितोडि संभावुद्धानमते संपदत्रयीर्यावा पृथिवी जनयन्ति Anybody not taken Aarti? Please take everybody in Kirtan.
Please, if anybody have the steel plate, please answer me. I got all. ಎಂಟನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ತಮ್ಮನೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಪ ಬಂದು ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಅಲ್ಲ
Do you know why I am giving this? To taste it. Any wish will have. But this is for test only I am giving. To taste it, then you will understand what is it.